Hi, my name is Melanie. I'm a CSES instructor and I teach a course called Speak, which goes over the basics of public speaking. Public speaking, when we think of it, is something we can all think of a million examples of times when we have to speak in front of people. Everything from oral presentations in class to debates to politicians. If they want to run for office, they have to make speeches. People talk about CEOs or business people having to give presentations. And it seems like at some point in our lives, all of us have to get up in front of people and talk to them about one thing or another. At the same time, if we all try to think of times when we've been taught how to public speak, almost none of us can think of something. No matter how many oral presentations we have to give in our history classes, it seems like they never actually teach us how to give oral presentations. So I think that it's important that we learn how to do public speaking, and also that we stop being so afraid of it. When we don't learn how to public speak, we are scared and we don't think that it's something that's fun. The way that I teach public speaking is by going over 5 very simple skills: eye contact, body language, volume, speed, and filler words, like the words like or well. And 2 of the most surprising things that we talk about in the classes are volume and speed. When we think of volume and speed in public speaking, we think that we have to talk loudly. We have to project so that that old lady way at the back of the lecture hall can hear us when we're talking. And we have to talk at a reasonable speed so that people can understand what we're saying and hear all of the words that we want them to. What we don't think about so often is that we can vary our volume and our speed to try to communicate interesting things to our audience. So when I say, for example, I think that every student should learn how to do public speaking, that's a very different tone of voice and a very different thing that my audience hears from if I say that I think every student should learn how to do public speaking. In my classes, we talk about how saying something slow and softly communicates something very different, maybe a more serious tone, from when we say it really fast and really loud, which communicates a lot of energy and urgency to our audience. And then we take our own writing and we find the places that we want our audience to hear different things. And we realize that we can actually change not the words we're saying, but the way we're saying the words to actually make our audience hear something completely different. We also talk about some things that are a little more challenging, like thinking about how we're gesturing when we're speaking, or thinking about making eye contact with every person in the room while we're talking. And my hope is that by the end of the lesson, after you think about eye contact and body language and volume and speed and filler words, what we can realize is that when we get up in front of our classmates and we talk about some boring topic in our oral presentation for history, instead of being something to be afraid of, it can be something that we can really make our own and use to express ourselves. And it can be fun instead of terrifying.